Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft here on the channel. The Arena Open is tomorrow, or I guess today, if you're watching this video. And so I am practicing a best of 3 draft and trying to simulate exactly how I want to play during the Arena Open, how I want to think about picks, how I want to make my plays, and I'm going to be doing my very best to be very vocal about what I'm thinking about and all of the stuff that I'm doing for this high stakes best of 3 limited. Though, of course, it's not really the highest stakes right now. Perfect. Okay, pack 1, pick 1. So, our rare is a 3-color one that I'm not actually that fond of. I don't think it's particularly a high pick because it's kind of hard to get into a situation where you can play this and then play another card after it until the late game. And so you have to kind of treat this like a 6-drop. So late game card, not really a 3-drop as often. It is fine if you're Jeskai, but not a huge priority for me. Teaming Dragonstorm is a card I love. It's not at its best in the red-white decks, but it's a good card for Dragon's deck, which is one of the best archetypes in the format. There's also Dragon Sniper, though, which is a really good cheap play that just does everything you want against the expensive dragons or against the cheap aggressive decks, so it helps you in your green decks. Then there's Dispelling Exhale, which I think is worse than Dragon Sniper, but is the common I like the best out of this pack. I'm not a big fan of the Karo Goldkeeper, so I think for me it's between the Teaming Dragonstorm and the Dragon Sniper, and I'm going to settle on the Dragon Sniper, starting off with a nice little green defensive card, because this card doesn't fit into the best white decks. It's more of like a splash in Dragon's decks, and splashing into white isn't something you even always do in those decks. Okay, starting off with a Dragon Sniper. There's also a Stalwart Successor to note in case Black-Green ends up being a deck that I want to play. Okay, following this up, Dragon Sniper goes well into a blue-green shell. Roiling Dragonstorm also fits well in that deck. This is the front-runner pick for me right now. I wonder why it went away. But yeah, just draws you cards, and when you play dragons, it resets to draw you even more cards. The first time you cast it, it's card neutral, because you played this, which is 1 card, you draw 2, which would put you up a card, but then you discard a card. So you're card neutral, but every time you get a dragon into play, you get to get this back, and so then you start going up cards. So it is really nice for filtering, finding your dragons. Stormshriek Feral, if I was to play Teamer Dragons, is a card you can play. It's not my favorite dragon. Formation Breaker is a card I could think about, especially if I wanted to go towards a black-green counters deck, because we might wheel the 3-2 black-green guy, though I don't think that's particularly likely. There is Unsparing Boltcaster for red-white, and there is Coordinated Maneuver as well for that deck, and then there's Dragon Spray, which is lower down on the list. There's Piercing Exhale as a removal spell, but I'm pretty happy taking Roiling Dragonstorm here. If I am going to be a Dragons deck, I'm almost certainly blue-green base. That is the most common base for that deck, and so I don't mind, but I am keeping an eye out for the fact that red-white could be a deck that I want to play. Okay, pick 3, we have a decision point here. There is Dragon Brood's Relic, which goes with the cards I already have. It is a dragon that will trigger your Roiling Dragonstorm because this cares about dragons entering. It's a late game card, plays well with the Dragon Sniper because you have a turn 1 play into the Dragon Brood's Relic. There's also a dragon in the pack in the Purging Storm Brood. On the other end of things, there's also Sagu Wildling, so that's another dragon that I could play in this deck. It might even be better than the Dragon Brood's Relic because it just fixes your colors a little bit easier and is a dragon itself. Then there's Salt Road Pack Beast for a red-white deck. So it's kind of 2 different directions here. Sagu Wildling versus Relic is the first pick I have to make. And then do I want to actually just go into a different color entirely with the Pack Beast? I think the Relic is better than the Sagu Wildling. I've been pretty impressed with the Relic. And so I think I'm going to take this over the Salt Road Pack Beast. Though I am noting that I saw a 3rd pick Pack Beast. So that's not nothing. Okay, I'm still feeling pretty happy with this lane that I'm in. There's Glacial Dragon Hunt, which is a very strong card. There is also Dragonstorm Globe, 4th pick. It's nowhere near as good as Glacial Dragon Hunt, though. This card's really strong because in the late game, you have spells you don't care about a lot of the time in these decks, or you can bounce your Roiling Dragonstorm to your hand and then discard that. And so being able to kill things or just draw cards with the card velocity is really nice. Teamer's a good home for this card. It's fine to draw in the mid game. Overall, a card I'm happy taking. I'm glad that I haven't gone into white. If you notice this pack, it doesn't have a single white card in it, which should worry you if you're at pick 4 and trying to draft an aggro deck. Dragonstorm Globe would probably be my 2nd pick out of this pack, but for now, I'm happy taking the Glacial Dragon Hunt. Pick 5. This pack has a lot more stuff I'm interested in. The Jeskai Shrinekeeper is the front runner for sure. It is the perfect sort of dragon that you want to splash. It's very, very powerful. And a card I'm already probably playing Teamer, and then splashing is nice. Dragon Brood's Relic can help with splashes. The Wildling would have also helped with a splash, so those cards were doing very similar things. Shrinekeeper is a nice addition to this deck, I think. I would take the Sarkhan's Resolve 2nd, I think. This is not really the synchronized charge deck. You really want to be an aggressive deck to make use of synchronized charge, even though it does give vigilance, which is more of a defensive ability. And fleeting Ifrit as an aggressive card. If I was drafting red-white aggro right now, I would be worried, because it's not like fleeting effigy is like, it's a solid card in the red-white decks, but it's not like there's any other card in this pack for red-white. Jeskai Shrinekeeper is a great addition, though. Good to get another dragon. Okay, pick 5. We do have more options as well here. There is Sultai Monument, but we are just going to take Dispelling Exhale. We don't have a reason to be black yet, other than the Dragonbrood's Relic wanting us to have at least one of every color accessible. And Dispelling Exhale is premium interaction at the 2-drop slot. In these blue-green base decks, you really like having these 2 drops in blue that can scale into the game. And then when you do have dragons, you can play like whatever you want. Seeing a 6th pick Armament Dragon is a good sign, because it means other people aren't just snapping up the 5-color dragons, at least from this direction. Sultai Monument would still be my 2nd pick out of this pack, because blue-green plus then dipping into black, so I could play 1 swamp to get into black, but I really like the Dispelling Exhale. And Sibzig Appraiser pick 7 is a huge signal post here. Really nice addition to the deck. If I wasn't taking this, I would be taking Blossoming Sands over Roamer's Routine. This card is a card you play if you really are desperate for fixing, but usually you'd rather play other things. Sibzig Appraiser pick 7 is a huge sign. If I was trying to play red-white, Sunpearl Kieran would be nice, but at this point, we're very committed to our deck. Red-white hasn't even looked that open, and we're loving seeing a late Sibzig Appraiser. Okay, now we can get the Sultai Monument, and you might be wondering why I'm taking this when I already mentioned I don't have a single black card I want to play, and that's because I am probably going to have black mana in my deck, so I can still use this as a way to get blue or green mana, and if I do see a black dragon, which there are plenty of black dragons that I would consider playing, I mean, actually, yeah, the Sonic Shrieker being the biggest example of that in the Mardu colors, or even higher rarity dragons. So I think I'm going to take that over Piercing Exhale. I don't have early creatures to use the Piercing Exhale with, except for Dragon Sniper. And I am a little bit light on interaction, but Glacial Dragon Hunt is helping with that. The Dispelling Exhale is helping with that. And then we wield Dispelling Exhale. That's great. I did want to clock Wheeling Stalwart Successor, which we did do. There's also Keru Goldkeeper. Not my favorite card to splash. Here, though, it's very easy Dispelling Exhale for me over the Evolving Wilds. I would play Evolving Wilds. I think it's at its best as a singleton copy in your deck, because then you can like play this plus 1 of each basic and have 2 sources of each color. But for now, I'm going to hope to see these later in packs. Dispelling Exhale Wheeling is a good sign for me, though, because it means the draft table does not value it properly. Here we are going to take Swiftwater Cliffs for Foundation Breaker. The black-green deck is looking fairly open here, but we're going to just take the lands now over Unending Whisper. Any lands that we can play, we will be happy to get here. Taking Dismal Backwater over Focus the Mind. Again, we don't have a black card yet, but it's still valuable to get this, because if we do need to play black, we now have a couple of sources already. And there are some black cards I would be happy to splash. Dismal Backwater number 2. There's also just some like Sultai cards that we could splash. So that's a good reason to keep going in this direction. Agent of Codis is really bad. Gurmag Nightwatch isn't much better though. And we wield Sultai Monument last pick. That's a really good sign for Sultai being open. Okay, pack 2. Where are we at here? Well, the first card that comes to mind is Rakshasa's Bargain, a really nice reason to have these Sultai lands in my mana base. Really good value card, really digs you and finds you what you need, and I love getting this one. There's also Jeskai Monument. I would play this. I have the Jeskai Shrinekeeper after all, but Rakshasa's Bargain is so much value for just 3 mana, so we're really happy to get that. Sultai Devotee is probably not going to wheel. We're not really in the market for Flamehold Grappler. This pack is where we're really hoping to see some late-game dragons. We did pass a few dragons, like the Armament Dragon relatively late, so we might not be seeing a ton of them in this pack. But pack 1, we did seem to be in open colors. Sultai definitely seems open. 1 Swamp to help enable the Rakshasa's Bargain already seems like a good deal. And any Sultai cards are going to be pretty easy to play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, plus a Swamp would be 5 black sources right off the bat. Wow, what a pick. This is a great addition to the deck. Surrak, Elusive Hunter, is one of those cards that you should be taking over every common and uncommon. I'm fairly confident on that. This card is just excellent. It's in my main colors. Dragonstorm Globe isn't even crazy in my deck because I only have the 1 dragon, though I am leaning towards playing 5 colors. This is Jeskai, this is black, and then we of course have green mana in our pool. So I would play Dragonstorm Globes, but Surrak is just too good. You play it as a 3-drop. It plays really well with punch spells like Piercing Exhale, which we have been seeing a little bit later. And Molten Exhale would be good removal. Narset's Rebuke would be fine removal. The land might wheel, but this is an easy Surrak. Pick 3. we have another interesting decision point. We don't have a ton of dragons yet, and we don't have a good mana for a white splash, so I think this is a good opportunity to pick up a Dragonstorm Globe. It gives me an extra source of every color. It makes Jeskai Shrinekeeper and any other dragons I get better. There is Durgar Island Dragon, which I like, but I think that Dragonstorm Globe, the first copy of it, is very valuable to my deck. It kind of like the first Evolving Wilds is pretty nice for me as well. And I'm going to take this and then just hope to get other things later. Nice. Okay. Okay. There is Keru Goldkeeper. So this is going to be pretty easy for me to cast if I want it. I don't have a ton of things that leave the graveyard to make the treasures. I don't have a ton of self-mill to make it work on its own. There's a land as well. The Keru Goldkeeper. I could also just take the land or the Einok. I think I'll just take the land over the Einok. I don't like Keru Goldkeeper that much. It's in an awkward middle ground, which I don't love. Now there's Equilibrium Adept. There's Stormshriek Feral. Stormshriek Feral is pretty good. I already have 2 Dispelling Exhales. Could also take Jungle Hollow. Yeah, this is tough. I don't really love the Stormshriek Feral in this deck. I'm just going to take the Jungle Hollow instead, I think. Equilibrium Adept is also tempting. But no, we'll take the Hollow. Now we get a Quarry Mountain Monastery. As far as utility lands go, this one is one of the best. Just going to really amp up my mana base. There's nothing else in this pack to even consider, really. And then we'll get a Stormshriek Feral. We'll take that over Kishla Village. We do want to make sure we get enough dragons to make the Dispelling Exhales good, even in the late game. And this one is fine. It's so much worse than Jeskai Shrinekeeper. The Kishla Village is tempting, though. Surveil 2 in the late game is quite nice. Actually, I'm just going to take Kishla Village. I don't really care about Stormshriek Ferals in my deck. Now we'll take an Encroaching Dragonstorm. Over the Undergrowth Leopard. I think one of these is fine to play. The Leopard is also fine. We don't have a ton of creatures right now. We have 4 creatures. Definitely don't want the Nature's Rhythm. This can also make creatures to help us win. We are very well set up right now with our lands and such. We're going to play 18 lands, I think, even though we do have the 2 monuments and the globe and the Encroaching Dragonstorm. So now is where we start taking some power level stuff. We could take the Tiger. That's a pretty good one. Grappler into something in the late game. There's some good stuff we could double up. It's also good with Dragon Sniper. I think we will take the Grappler now. We could also take Tiger. Take Grappler. Now we'll take Piercing Exhale. Get us a kill spell. I wouldn't mind Tiger or Kintree Severance, honestly. Kintree Severance might just be better than the Piercing Exhale, because we don't need to have anything in play for it to work. Take the black card. I'm not sure on the Grappler pick. I'm pretty good sure on the Kintree Severance pick. I think this is just better than Piercing Exhale. Especially because I haven't been prioritizing the dragons. The only dragons I've seen were Durgar, which I took Dragonstorm Globe over, maybe incorrectly. And then now there's a Tuned Hunter. There's Ice Ridge Serpent, which is fine. I don't love Ice Ridge Serpent. I'd rather not play it. I don't love the Encroaching either. It's fine. This is going to be a decider pack. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands that tap for multiple colors, a Dragonstorm Globe, 2 Sultai Monuments, so our mana's okay. This is where we hope to see some big dragons, and we immediately get paid off. Huge pickup here. Shiko is so good. It's going to be a great dragon in our deck. We have a lot of decent 3-drops to get back. This isn't a 3-drop, but Surok, Sibzik Appraiser, getting back a monument we've already used. Buying back, I guess, yeah, pretty much those 3 right now, but Shiko is fantastic. A great dragon top-end card. Huge. Great addition. Next pack, there is Sibzik Appraiser. There's also Dragon's Prey and a Tri-land. This is an easy Sibzik Appraiser angle. We just want more powerful cards in the deck, and this one's really powerful. It'll help us find some of our top-end stuff. Flamehold Grappler in the late game into something like Sipsic Appraiser or Kintree Severance could be a really good way to get some value. Riverwheel Sweep sometimes wheels, and we can play it in this deck. Yeah. We're definitely focused on Sultai and splashing the red and the white. Honestly, mostly focused on blue, green, and then the black is like the Kintree, the Rakshasa's Bargain. So we don't even have that much black in the deck. We can probably get away with one swamp, honestly. So mostly Teamer, more so. Though we don't have that much red and don't have that much white either. All of our white cards are really late game cards, which also helps us. So like if we played one plains right now, we'd have one white source, two white sources, three white sources, kind of four white sources. We'll see how that lines up. We would want more than that for these 4 cards. But we also have the fact that we're going to play 18 lands, because then we can take advantage of the monastery and the village. At this point, I will take dragons over almost anything. Well, this is another payoff. We're going to take this over Durgar Island Dragon. Sorry, Durgar. This is a great reason to be in the deck. You get all these powerful cards nobody else can cast. This is pick 3. We're getting one of the best rares in the set. Roar of Endless Song. Our deck has gone massively, massively better this pack than the previous packs. Getting Shiko and a Roar of Endless Song is absolutely massive. Okay, here there is Encroaching Dragonstorm. There is also Revival of the Ancestors. This is a very strong card if you can cast it, and we can cast it. It's just, are we going to be able to cast it on curve, and would we rather have Teeming Dragonstorm in this deck? I would love Dispelling Exhale. I don't think we can justify taking it, though. I think we would rather have the Revival of Ancestors still. Actually, I'm just going to take the Teeming Dragonstorm. Even though I'm going to have the colors in my deck, it's still nicer to just have a card that's one color. Because black is going to be a splash as well for me. I think I just take the red-green land here over Sultai Monument. Dragon's Prey is tempting. Actually, I'm just going to take Dragon's Prey. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands here. So I need to make a few more playables, and this is a premium removal spell that I'll want to have access to a couple of removal spells. Beautiful. I get a Stormshriek Feral now. I'm going to take this over the Inspirited Vanguard, get myself an extra dragon to make these exhales better. Beautiful. We get another Dispelling Exhale. Great addition to the team. I like it better than Piercing Exhale by a decent margin. We already have a couple of spot removal spells for when things do resolve. Piercing Exhale is pretty solid. Just not as good in this deck where I don't have early creatures to use it with. Second Rakshasa's Bargain or Piercing Exhale. So my kill spell count is 1, 2, 3. 3 kill spells. 1 Piercing Exhale could make all the difference. My creature count is very low. Yeah, with a low creature count, I'd rather just have the bargain. Could take Roamer's Routine. I'm not going to be taking these other cards anyway. Another Dragon's Prey Wield. That's pretty good. Makes me feel better about passing the Piercing Exhale. I am passing up a Dismal Backwater, but that's okay. We get a Sultai Devotee, which is perfect for our early defenses. Another Sultai Devotee. Could also take Abzan Monument. Yeah, I'll take the Devotee. Champion of Doosan is a consideration. Essence Anchor is not really. Okay, so this worked out pretty well, I think. We have some decent cards in the sideboard that we're not playing. 44 cards here. What's my weakest link here in the deck? This is why I do prioritize the lanes. I'm going to cut the Encroaching Dragonstorm. Bum, 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 bum. Cut Flamehold Grappler. I'm just getting more value from other things that are easier to cast. And this keeps my white splash light. 3 white cards. And then this one I can cast with Hybrid if I need to. So with this configuration, my white splash of 3 white cards, it has 1, 2, 3, 4... kind of 4.5 sources. Maybe I don't even play the Teeming Dragonstorm. It's just hard to cast. I'm willing to accept that. With 2 of these, I don't really need. So I have now 1, 2, 3, 3.5 white sources for 2 white cards. I'm gonna add a plains for sure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 lands. I think with the 2 Sultai Monuments, I can afford to cut a land. Red. So if I cut red, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 for a bunch of red cards. I need 1 more. Yep. How many blues do I have? I have 3. So black, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got plenty of black sources for my 2 black cards. Blue, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Green, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Only 6 green? This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so now green is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kind of. Blue is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Considering I have the Sultai Devotees, they also get me blue mana. I think I'm going to make that swap. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue. Plus this, plus this. Red is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5 for these top end cards. And this one. White is 1, 2, 3, 4 for these 2 cards. Yeah, this mana works out okay. And then I can afford to cut 1 weaker card. Cut a Dragon's Prey. And then the Swamp could go maybe. And then I just rely on 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 for my 1 black card. The Sultai Monument won't get me black anymore, but that's okay. Add an island instead. Okay, cool. This will be the deck. We'll see how it does, and I'll see you in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you've been finding them helpful, if they've been helping you win more, if you're just finding them entertaining, all of that stuff, if you have been enjoying them, then you can support my content directly via Patreon, help me make more videos in the future, and gain access to some cool bonus content like my card-by-card tier list, my format thoughts document, and stuff like that. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It makes a big difference. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll play first. This is a keepable hand. We're lacking red mana. I am considering adding in the 2 Dragonstorms, the 2 4-drop ones, simply because if you have one, then you can use the other effectively. This is why I held up my counterspell. I have found that it's more effective to do it this way. We will fetch up a forest here. Wow, and they're doing nothing on their turn. So I don't need island. I don't really need a 3rd forest. Let's just get their cards out of their hand. Yeah, I figured they had Anafenza because That's like a proactive thing. Usually they wouldn't just hold up removal here. Sharpshooter, okay. Sure. Just going to bank the biggest board impact I can this turn. I am lacking red mana. And if you're wondering what I'm writing down the cards I'm seeing from my opponent, so I know what to play around in game 2. So they have Anafenza, that's good to know about. They have Shocking Sharpshooter. They have Bearer of Glory. Okay, we will Sibzig now, looking for red mana. That is red mana. And also white mana. They have all spells in hand because they missed a land drop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we almost could activate this. It's pretty good. So my first deal of business has to be to kill this. I would attack with Wayspeaker Bodyguard if I was them, probably. Maybe with Bearer of Glory as well. Everything. Now that I do not think is smart. But I don't know what's in their hand. I know they have all spells. If they did this attack, they probably wouldn't want to attack with Anafenza or the Sharpshooter. I mean, that's just my instinct. Because I can double block Anafenza and that'll kill it. Yeah, this is the attack I would make. It's like they can hear my thoughts. Wow, no attacks. That's interesting. Okay. So we'll draw, discard. I think the Rakshasa's Bargain. Actually, no, we can play the Rakshasa's Bargain this turn. To kill Anafenza. Play this. Play this. And then we can cast Rakshasa's Bargain / hold up our mana. So they have to be playing around some stuff. Next turn, we can use the Dragonbrood's Relic to kill their Shocking Sharpshooter or their Bearer of Glory. Okay. That's really not great for me. Hate to see it. Hate to see that as well. Oh gosh, I'm probably dead. That was a pretty good sequence. Shocking Sharpshooter doubled is not what I like to see. So I'm taking 2 more damage. I'm at 11. My initial blocking inclination is this. And take 4, 6, and go to 5. I should have cast Rakshasa's Bargain before deciding blocks. This way I take 2, 3, 4, and I go to 7. Yeah, we'll block like this. Okay, so we'll take this guy. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, V-browser. We have all the colors, so we can take Kishla Village too. I'm gonna take these two, and then Kishla Village comes in untapped, and I can just activate this. Kill the sharpshooter. Next turn, I can flash back Glacial Dragon Hunt. Stormplane Detain. Okay. So they could give it indestructible, technically. Okay. Big attack. This is my block of choice, I think. I take 1, 2, 4. I lose my Death Toucher, but that's okay. All their guys are small anyway. And they lose the ability to mobilize, so now they only have 3 creatures. Shiko. What can Shiko get back? Shiko can get me back my Dragon Brood relic. Which can then let me flash back my Glacial Dragon Hunt. Or I could just flash back Glacial Dragon Hunt. That's probably better. No. I think I want the relic because that's the life gain I need. Reduce the cost. Tap the other guy. I'm going to kill... It's a close call, but if I kill the sharpshooter... I don't think I can die if I kill the sharpshooter, because they can't pump and kill me. And this thing will gain me the life I need next turn to survive. No attacks. Shoot. I think I have to wait a turn. Boom! They concede. Okay. Boom. Cairn. Fortress. We have Salt Road. Okay, so in this matchup, what do I want? I want my early game stuff, and I want my... I like life gain is good here. Like this card could be solid to play just as a creature. I can shave on my value a little bit. Dragon's Prey is not actually the best here because their stuff is going to be... Like, I want to kill, like, 1 or 2 things, but usually their stuff is going to cost, like, 2 mana, and so spending 3 mana to kill it isn't the best. The Serpent is much better. We have a lot of 1/3s. Cut a Rakshasa's bargain for... Maybe I'd rather just cut that for the removal spell. I still have stuff I want to kill that they're playing. I don't really want the Dragonstorm as much. Probably would rather play a kill spell or a 2-drop. Add the swamp. Cut Stormshriek Feral. And I think this will be a better build. Add a little bit more removal. Another tempo play with the Serpent. Especially one that can kill tokens. This is a good hand. Bearer of Glory, sure. Just gonna hold up Dispelling Exhale. Yep. That is not a card I want to face. Play my Sultai guy. Next turn I can play... I guess I can't quite play the Relic. So we'll play... I know I can't play the Monument and the thing. Okay, and the Kintree Severance. So I'll get my Swamp now. I can't actually cast my Shiko because I don't have white mana. My mana base is really good for Sultai colors and really not great for other ones. I know they have Ozzy as Exhale, so no need to give them a chance to use it. Sure. No need to attack yet. I know they can use the Starry-Eyed Skyrider to jump the Equilibrium Adept. Kintree Severance is going to take it down, but getting some blockers in play first is important. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I need 2 more turns and 1 more color of mana. Okay. They're jumping the Equilibrium Adept. Double block there. If they pump the team, I'll take 1, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Stormsinger. Weird to play that post-combat. Might as well attack them. I could have attacked them for 2 last turn. Okay, they messed that up the order. So I draw an untapped land. It's pretty solid for me. That's a great untapped land to draw. Jeez. So I would lose the ability to cast Shiko if I use this. But I could kill their Stormsinger, gain a bunch. No, I think we're just going to wait to draw a red source naturally. Because then I can buy back the thing. I'm going to kill the veteran Storm Singer. Actually, yeah, because none of the other guys can really attack past me. And that thing will do a lot of damage. And then next turn I can kin tree this thing. If they double spell, I'm taking a lot of damage. Gosh. Boom, got the win. I didn't even need Chico. Let's see if we want to change the way our deck played out there. Part of the reason I was able to kill that is because I hadn't seen anything in game 1 that I needed to kill or save it for. I kind of want to play this Encroaching Dragonstorm and then play one Swamp. The Swamp should be fine, though. And then just cut like Devotees or something to make room. I honestly don't think I need the Dragon Spray in the main deck. I'd rather have the extra Encroaching Dragonstorm, I think. I have enough interaction to be fine, and then... Yeah, actually I'll play one over the Storm Shriek Feral. And then I have 3 dragons to get it to work. That's fine. This gives me 2, 3, 4, 5 white sources. I really just need to care about blue and green and then just make the rest work. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green. Black, I just have 1, 2, 3, 4 black, but only 1 black card. And then these 2 guys. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I think this will be better. Cutting the Storm Shriek Feral for an Encroaching Dragonstorm should just help me cast my bombs more consistently. Anyway, see you next round. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. I didn't even look at the hand. We're not going to keep this. I just meant to say welcome to another round. This hand is much better, even though we don't have red mana, but the Encroaching Dragonstorm does major work here. So this is blue on turn 2. This is green on turn 3 for Surrock. Turn 4, we play the Dragonstorm, and we can cast our bomb. That's pretty much how we drew it up. Whoa, fleeting. They kept a sketchy hand. I can't believe they kept that hand. What is happening? They kept a 1-lander on the draw that had a tap land. Surrock's going to solo him. We missed our land drop, but that's fine. We go Plains, Mountain. We can't get black sources, but all of our black cards except the Dragon Sprayers are hybrids. Sentinel, okay. Okay, so they had a Sentinel, so if they drew any land, they could get their 3rd land. I see, I see. It's not going to work out the way they wanted it to. I am going to take the time to get the Dragons thing into play, because I draw another land and can activate this before my doubling turn. They're pretty much toasted. Boom! Got the win. Okay. So knowing that they have Fleeting Effigy is important. Then they have Rescue Panther. Or Leopard. And and Embermouth. And they're playing blue mana. Weird deck. Does not seem like... I mean, it kind of seems like a fast deck. They have Sandskitter Outrider as well. So the Serpent is probably going to be good in this matchup. Trim a Dragon's Prey, because their stuff doesn't seem like worth killing that much. And that just makes my mana more consistent anyway, and we'll try it like this. Welcome. On the draw. This hand is really good if we draw a land. We have 17 more in the deck, or 16 more in the deck. On the draw, 2 draw steps. But if we miss, we're in really bad shape. Well, I don't need to be too greedy. I can keep this. Ditch the Dragon Hunt because it's going to be hard to cast that one. And Bob's our uncle. Gonna play Swiftwater Cliffs turn 1. Plains turn 2. This is if we have an island or swamp, so we can get a swamp or an island swamp here. Okay. Let's just get a swamp here. Oh no, we don't have a swamp. Get an island then. So now this will come in untapped later. Alchemist's Assistant, sure. I don't mind taking the hit from this. I figured they wouldn't cast anything too much worth countering. Next turn I'll play Island, then I'll play Kishla Village and activate this. I don't mind trading here. Dragon Sniper still traded up on mana. And now I have the Kin Tree Severance available. Sure. If this is their whole turn, I'm okay with that. They're not pumping it. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I don't have all the colors. Not my greatest master stroke. That's fine. I couldn't have cast this anyway, I guess. I'll just use Kishla Village. Shock Brigade, sure. Let's see what we shall see. Glacial Dragon Hunt is actually fine in the graveyard. So is this. Because I can't go get a swamp with this anyway. Bounce the Shock Brigade. I'll trade with the Fleeting Effigy if need be. Okay. I see, I see. Let's draw a card, see what we find first. We will get rid of the globe, because we already have all our colors now. Kill that. Play this. And mount it. I think we're in okay shape. Not the best. We haven't drawn any of our crazy good cards. But we have our Kishla Village kind of going against their Quarry Mountain Monastery. This is why utility lands are so good. They're keeping themselves fueled. I'll trade here. The 1 mana they have to spend to cast this is not a huge concern. It's doing a lot of damage. Sure. Make a couple of 2/2s. Play the Jungle Hollow. Those line up well with the Leopard. Combat trick? Sure. I'm still just going to draw naturally for now. Okay, that's a good land to draw. So if I activate this, I can still have the mana for my Kin Tree Severance. There we go. So until the end of our next turn. Sure. Just keep chipping. Sure. I'm definitely casting this. And then I'm going to use the Quarry Mountain Monastery on their end step so they don't know what's coming. Sure. Wow. They're getting some action. It's turning into a battle. Which mode are they choosing? I'm probably more afraid of the teamer mode. Yep. Just giving any of their guys haste. Could be pretty good for them. Thin out the deck a little bit. Would rather get an activation of this than play the Sultai Devotee here. Embermouth, sure. Let's see. Do they have another Fire Rim form? Nope. Sure. That's a good draw. This is really turning into a battle of the utility lands. Play this. Combat, hit them. Draw another card. Look at the top couple cards in my library. Take another Sibzig. I'll thin out my deck even further. The last 2 basics, perfect. Because I kind of already have card draw now because of my Shrine Keeper. They're going to hit me for a lot of damage with this Storm Shriek Feral. Oh gosh. That's a lot. Okay, so I'm taking a beating. That would have been good to have, maybe. Shucks. We're gonna do this first. See whether we have to hold this guy back on blocks. Surrock, sure. I do want to surveil too here. Okay. I took out the Dragon's Prey from my deck, I think. So this could hit me into Shiko, which I can cast, and then Shiko can play a Dragon Sniper. But if I do these, then I die. Because I look at the top 4. So let's just draw into Shiko naturally here. 1 and 3. YOLO. Beautiful. Get back. Dragon Sniper. Play Surrock. Underfoot Underdogs. Yup. I think I'm dead here because I'm going to deck myself. I drew too many cards. I dug too deep. Okay. Well, we tried. Yeah. Gosh darn it. They have Caustic Exhales. They have some must-kill threats. This is a much more late-game matchup than I thought it was at first blush. They do have Fire Rim Form and Fleeting Effigy. Yep, we're bringing in our late-game package, though, and we're going to cut the Sultai Devotees. And the Ice Rage Serpent. It's going to be interesting to see how this does. Maybe I should have added back in the swamp because I cut. Yeah. I'm on the play. Hopefully I'm fast enough. Okay, we can keep this. This hand is amazing. This game, because I have a 3-drop immediately, I don't need to counter their 2-drop, even if it is Shock Brigade. Which I, of course, do hate to see. If they have Fire Rim Form, then they waste it on their 2-1 on their 1/1 guy. It does kill my Surrock. Pretty non-ideal there. I knew they had Seize Opportunity as well. Maybe I botched that. Maybe I was supposed to not block. 1 damage. Having Surrock's pretty good. Yeah, that's not happening, buddy. If I kept Surrock, I could have also cast Rakshasa's Bargain here. They would have done something else on turn 3, though. Pain. Cutting my early creatures was aggressive, you could say. Okay, I'll take the 2 spells. Oh my gosh. Not having red mana right here is real rough. Red and white. I could have just cracked the Sultai Monument, but then I couldn't also hold up the Dispelling Exhale, and I couldn't get my Dragonstorm mana. That has to be countered. This is a must play as well to kill their Shock Brigade. And the next turn I can play Shiko. Get back my Dragonbrood's Relic. I know they had 1 Fire Inform. They also have 2 Caustic Exhales. Just gonna pass. Oh, this is gonna work out beautifully. Oh, this is perfect. So I can Shiko, get back my Dragonbrood's Relic, and then use it to cast Glacial Dragon Hunt, discarding my Encroaching Dragonstorm. Boom! Nice little win there. I think not letting them get me with Caustic Exhale was pretty good there, knowing that they had a couple of those. Whew! Nice little win. We're into the finals. Let's see. Do we want to make any changes to the deck before the final round? Gosh. Maybe I should have taken the Dismal Backwater over the Dragon's Prey. I think this build is pretty solid. I'll see you folks there. Welcome to round 3. We've won all 3 die rolls, I think. And we are going to mulligan this. The 1-lander. This hand is much better, though. Easy keep. They're also mulliganing. We are going to get rid of blue, black, red, green. This is blue. We want to keep our mountain, though. We're going to get rid of this land. Good chance of casting the Rakshas's Bargain on turn 3. Good chance of casting Roar of Endless Song. We're in it for the trophy here now. We've got Winston in battle mode. The pet, I have decided to call him Winston, at least for now. That's the name I've had for him for some time. Hi, Winston. Yes. He is the Throne of Eldraine Mastery Pass pet, the very first Mastery Pass, no big deal. Plane is not the best draw, not the worst either, though. Lets me cast this on turn 4. Also lets me cast Shiko if I draw it. That's a fine draw. I can't cast this even if I draw, because white, black, green is the same land. I will offer the trade here, because they might need this for colors, first of all. Second of all, this Death Toucher is going to be really good against Roar of Endless Song. Yeah, so they did need the colors. Skirmish, Rhino, sure. Now I will not offer the trade because I'm trying to trade this with a Skirmish Rhino, and that's why they offered the trade. No blocks. That's interesting. So we will now offer the trade with Skirmish Rhino. And because I just want to cast this on next turn, I'm just going to play Rakshas's Bargain here. Blue, black, double, and then try to jam this next turn. And then the following turn, if I find another land, I can maybe double spell with both of these. Okay. Does that change things? It does change things, actually. It tells me they don't have lands. What I am worried about is them having a Snakeskin Veil, but if this works out, it wins me a lot of tempo here. Because they don't draw a card, they don't get to do a lot of things. And this is still a trade they probably don't want to make. Okay. Okay, so which one do I have to get? I have to get the green or the black. So, wow, that was a whiff. I don't really want Roiling Dragonstorm. I want Surrock and the land, I think. Because this going to the graveyard is also just free value. So it worked out really for the best using the Dragon Spray that way. And if I draw, I can now use Sultai Monument to get a land. Yeah, I'll still take the trade here. It means they have something better that they want to use. Dragonback Lancer, sure. So I can use this to get forest or island. I can get island. I'm gonna get forest actually. And play my Surrock. And then Surrock can block the little token that they're gonna make. I can flashback Dragon Spray with my Shiko. Okay. That's fine. Skirmish Rhino's back. Okay. I see how it is. If they do kill Shiko, this prevents their flyer from hitting me. Shiko's really good. I wanted to play it before Roar of Endless Song, so they don't have a kill spell. Then I'm in good shape here. This thing can take out their 3/3. Oh, this is beautiful for me. Huge. Okay. Shiko's coming in hot. Roar of Endless Song. Dismal Backwater. Next turn I can attack, flashback this, discard Monument, kill Yathen. Use this to exile Skirmish Rhino or something else in the future. Let's start writing down what cards they have. They have Worthy Cost, that's good to know about. I write down the most relevant cards, like which removal spells they have, and then flyers. So they have 2 Dragonback Lancers. They have Sagu Wildling, Feral Death, Sultai, Dev. They're attacking with everything. So what could this be? This could be +1/+1 counter on the whole board. I'm just going to block like this. If they have +1/-1, this plays around that. It plays around... Yeah, I just don't want to take damage. Plays around Worthy Cost pretty well. Caustic Exhale, sure. And they have this Shrine Keeper. Okay. So they did all that to get rid of Shiko. Because I blocked with no fear. So it was a nice little 2-for-1 to get rid of Shiko. They could also have another Yathen or something. They're trying to drain me more. But a lot of the times you're best served to just not be afraid when blocking. Especially when you know the format inside and out and you know what cards they could have. And you just think of the worst case scenario and then you're like, okay, that was not that bad. Okay. They don't have quad green to flash it back, which is good to know. Okay, another Skirmish Rhino is pretty reasonable. kill the Yathan Road Watcher. Attack for 5. Play. Use this. I don't think there's anything they could have. Actually, if they have the dragon that gives -4/-4 to the whole board, they could kill these 3. And I think they're still dead. Boom. Got the win. So they have multiple skirmish rhinos. Multiple skirmish rhinos. This is a very mid-rangey matchup. They have Nature's Rhythm. So 2 life points is not a safe life total in my life here. I would like Ice Rage, except bouncing skirmish rhinos. They have a lot of good ETBs, but Dragonback Lancer is really good to bounce. More value is good here. My deck is already leaning value, though. No, Sultai Devotee trades with their ground creatures really well. Huh. I think my deck is already kind of geared for this matchup. I have all my value cards in, pretty much. It's just about whether I'd rather have another kill spell. I don't think so. I could have sided in the Flamehold Grappler. But this is kind of the matchup that I'm going to prey on a lot of the time. It's like my goal matchup is these Abzan decks that I go over the top of, and they aren't fast enough to kill me. We can keep this. We have our Roar there on a double mulligan, so they might just scoop it up here if they get too frustrated to continue. This is going to go get Island. Turn 3, Surrock. Turn 4, Devotee. Exhale. If we draw lands, we could also just go turn 2, Devotee. Turn 3, Surrock. Turn 4, Monument. Exhale. They say good game. Not sure what that means. In this context, at least. When people mulligan to 5 and they've already lost game 1 and they know you have bombs in your deck, it's sometimes demoralizing. Caustic Exhale, sure. Got that down before Surrock. Sure. We do not want to make this trade. Play this, get an island. We can't actually activate this right now. These games always do feel a little bit bad when you double mulligan. Your opponent just has like normal cards and you're just like, okay, I'm down 2 cards. How do I win? Okay, play this. I would have loved to activate the Sultai Monument that turn, but I was not able to. My mana is not perfect here. But they're not really doing anything, so. And they're splashing Jeskai colors, so. Okay, don't need to risk anything with my Dispelling Exhale. Sure. Actually, I'll just counter it. My counter spell is losing value because they're getting extra mana and stuff. Once I find red mana, then I'll be set. Okay, play Sibzig. Play land. I'm going to play Roar of Endless Song because it ends the game way faster than the Jeskai Shrine Keeper. Boom. Trophy. Oh, that's a huge confidence booster when you're practicing for a big event and you manage to get the trophy. I think I played pretty well. The draft was pretty smooth. The build was tricky, but I think we settled on a pretty good one, and our sideboarding plans were pretty reasonable as well. Got a little dicey that one game 3, but overall, a very successful draft. Awesome stuff. We're going to win 2,500 gems, 6 packs, 2 play-in points, and a lot of confidence, which is really key going into big weekends. Okay, Stormstreak Pharaoh was not the card we wanted. I think that was pretty clear. We did manage to get there with dragons, though. The Exhale, the Dragon Brood Relic was fantastic. I'm really glad we took this. Overall, our deck functioned pretty well. We had some really good top-end cards. Getting the Roar of Endless Song in Pack 3 and the Shigo Pack 3 kind of saved this draft. It would have been a lot harder to win without those, but we got the job done. Really fantastic draft. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag ready in the comment section down below, because this draft makes me feel a lot more ready for the big event this weekend. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for Arena Open content coming out soon, and I will talk to you next time.